There is only one huge downside to this build, and that is that it is going to trivialize the game. Like, that's quite literally the only downside that we have on this build. That everything, it's too easy. As you can see in here, I can like volley bosses. One of the nice things about Path of Exile 2, or one of the things that work as a signature right now on the launch of the game, is that the game is challenging, and it is still going to be challenging. Of course, there's still going to be a couple of bosses that are going to make you struggle, but this is the build that I have been using to basically first try all of the bosses that I fought throughout the main campaign. One more thing that I want to stress out: this is an early game build. This is the build that I used to go through the Act 1, 2, and 3. So if you're struggling on Act 1, 2, and 3, then this build is the one that is going to help you go through that without any kind of major issues. One more thing that I would like to point out is that the game becomes so easy that to the extent or to the point that it actually becomes boring. So if that's something that it is going to bother you, like, you quite literally with this build, the only thing that you're going to be doing is like smashing one single button, and that's it. Like, there's no managing, there's no combo, there's like, everything is going to die with a single tap of one single button. I am going to have a little bit of recommendations here and there if you want to alter some things around here and there for you to be able to use different skills, but ideally the base of everything that I'm going to give you, it's the one that you're going to be using throughout the course of the entire playthrough. Since you create your character up until the point where you finish the main campaign, then you can start tweaking a little bit here and there, but the base, the canvas, is going to be just this. One more cool thing about this is that because of that, there is like you don't really have to delve into the intricacies of the many of the gems that you have in here. The gear is not going to be that much important throughout the course of the first 1, 2, and 3 act of the game. You're going to be using whatever that you suit that it is going to be more powerful for you. There's nothing like specifically that you're going to be looking for. I am going to give you some recommendations that usually are good on every Path of Exile character. So that being said, this is the character tree that we have right here. We are building a character towards Giant's Blood. This is the build that I was showcasing with my passive skills 3 video. I am going to show you as well what I said that I'm going to be doing later on as we level up a little bit more. We still have a couple of points before we reach level 45. So yeah, there's that. So Giant's Blood, as soon as you can get it, like you start in here, then you take melee damage, or everything damage in here. Then you're going to take smash, which is going to increase your melee damage, and then melee damage again, heavy stun enemies. This is just going to be natively melee damage. What it is going to be very important is for you to have strength, because the weapons are going to triple their requirements for you to use them. When you're going to be dual wielding 200 weapons, the strength requirement is going to be quite high. So you're going to be taking strength, take beef in here, because this is 25 strength, which is very, very cool. And then your ultimate goal will be Giant's Blood in here. Now finally, this is like the character as I have it right now, right here. But if you want to continue developing your character, you also, the first path that you're going to be taking, it's this one right here. And then you're going to work this way throughout the strength nodes in here, which are going to be very important for your character, because we desperately need strength with this kind of character. And we are going to, well, I did forget to mention that after you have done that, you're going to take the 200 damage in here. There's 5% reduced attack speed in here because of the singular pose. There's also going to be 5% reduced attack speed with this one right here with the Overwhelm. This is going to be more percentage for damage with our 200 weapons. But we are going to to some extent mitigate that, because the nodes in here are going to increase the attack speed while we are dual wielding. So essentially we are negating the reduction of the attack speed that we receive from those nodes in here, and at the same time we are increasing the accuracy while dual wielding, and overall we are just increasing our DPS for our dual wielding with these two nodes that we have right here. And as you can see, they are very close in between each other. Your survivability is also going to be strength, because remember that strength is going to increase your health. So there's going to be a couple of skill combinations that I like to use as a base of everything, that are going to be the most important thing of everything. The first one, it's going to be the rolling slam. Like the rolling slam in here, this is the one that you're more often than not are going to be using. This is 2 hits, it deals quite a bit of stun. However, we are not building our character to stun, but because of the high damage and the type of weapon that we are using, we are going to be stunning people quite a lot. This is one of the first skills that you are going to receive, and this is the one that I like to spam. And then again, it trivializes the game like a maniac because of that. And then we have Bone Shatter. So what this guy is going to do, essentially you're going to see these little markers, these little white lights on the enemy whenever you're doing your rolling slam. Usually, more often than not, enemies are just going to die because of the rolling slam. But if you see those little white lights in there, you can use Bone Shatter to basically kill everything that you have in front of you. And then the final synergy that we are going to have, it's going to be the Infernal Warcry. Infernal Warcry, what that is going to do is that it's basically going to empower your next attack, and then it's going to cause for everything that is being hit by the Infernal Warcry to explode, and basically everything is going to explode. Finally, once you reach the second or third act of the game, you're going to have access to this Leap Slam, which essentially those are the 4 skills that you are going to be using more often than not. Usually the skill rotation would be that you use the Infernal Cry, and then you use the Rolling Slam, everything is going to explode, and if they don't die, it is going to be just a matter of using a Bone Shatter to kill them. The same thing is going to happen with the Leap Slam. So you use the Infernal Cry, and then you use a Leap Slam, and then they are going to, if they don't die, if they don't explode, they are going to have a Bone Shatter, and that is what is going to kill them. Simple as that, everything it's going to be dying, although more often than not, like I said, you're going to be dealing so much damage that usually it is not necessarily going to, you're not going to be using like the Bone Shatter or the Infernal Cry. Those are just going to be overkill little things. If you want to bully the enemies that you have in front of you, you can clear like mobs and mobs and mobs and maps like a maniac, yeah. But more than not, if you want to just AFK through the game, you just want to cruise through the game, you don't really want to care about anything else, the Rolling Slam, it's going to be your go-to. However, I also advise, whenever you're struggling with those types of enemies that they are giving you issues with range attacks and with resistances that you don't have, like for example cold damage, electric damage, chaos damage, fire damage, then Leap Slam is the one that you should be using. I also like to use a shield on my offhand, just so that I can raise my shield whenever I feel that there's the need to. However, there's barely ever the need to do such a thing. This is just a base of a character that you can start building, and that is going to carry you, that is going to breeze through the main campaign, like I mentioned, and it's just going to be amazing. I love this character. Anyways, if you like the content, like and the super appreciated. Notice that you're there, gorgeous and beautiful person. You're indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. Subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. Have a beautiful day, and goodbye.